likely to one day become more conservative.
Don't make that line be one between the left and right.
I'm going to say something a little bit different than on what a lot of people are saying, and it's that you should feel disappointed and you should feel surprised because they don't have to make these choices. He didn't. Jesse Wells didn't. Like, none of these people who are doing this have to do it. They are capitulating in advance. They are going with the money. They are making bad choices because they have bought into the lie, right? They have reached a choice point and they made the wrong choice. And that is sad. It is sad. And you should not try and spiritually bypass your feelings about it. Be like, oh, well, that's always what was going to happen. No, it's not. No, it's not. And a lot of the history has been hidden from us, right? Because there has been a long, long history of white resistance to fascism and to all the bad shit this world has wrought upon us, right? There is a long history of people standing on business who don't look like me, because that is how it always goes. But they bury those stories, and they bury the stories of people who have triumphed, right? Who have gone against the power that they could have bought into, right? Because they don't want people to know that. They don't want us to know that, and they don't want them to know that. Right? As I've said before, the only thing they hate worse than people like me is people who like people who look like me, right? And that's why a lot of these people, when they get a chance, they sell out. And there's another thing. We do a really shitty job of supporting artists, thinkers, creators. We even say stuff like, oh, just a podcaster, as if that's, a pejorative, right? As if it's not a blessing to be able to reach tens or hundreds of thousands or millions of people just by sitting at a microphone. This is something that you couldn't do unless you had the power of a king or a fucking printing press back in the day, right? This is something that we should support. We should support people who are saying the right things, right? Give somebody today, whether it is me, whether it is someone else, I do not care. But go on somebody's Patreon, go in somebody's Venmo today who is saying the right things, who has always actually stood on business, and drop them some coin. Because really the biggest thing is, if we did a better job of supporting the people who do the right things, who say the right things, who make it so that that is viable, and you don't have to come home from work and then say stuff that needs to be said because you feel like you have to, like I do. If we made it so that there was a visible future in it for people, more people will do it. Because honestly, a lot of people are just opportunistic, right? It's like Jesse Wells going on Joe Rogan. Yeah, if you're a musician, you do want your music to be seen by lots of people. And the way that everybody in this country has some problematic thing. I just made a video about Beyonce. A lot of y'all still love Beyonce, even though she's just sitting down to eat with Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump, right? We have a problem with celebrity, and people will do anything to get to a level of stardom that humans don't even need. I think about that with my music. I don't need to have 1 million fans. If I have 100 fans who like my music or my photography or my writing or my words or whatever, that's a number of people who are there just because they actually are down for me. I'm good. I want only people who are actually there. The problem is that even though I know there are thousands and thousands of you, it's difficult to stand on that because we have to survive this world as well. But you know what? We have the power to empower anyone we want to. We just get caught up too. We get caught up in what is put in front of us, and we act like there's no other options when there is. And the option is always people power, right? If these kids, I'm calling Jesse Wells a kid. I don't know how old he is or how old Dean is. I don't know how old they are, but they look like kids to me, whatever. If there was a future for them that they saw in being supported by the people for actually saying and doing the right things, I guarantee you that they would not take the tack that they're taking, but they don't, right? And it's not just on them as a moral failing. It's easy to look at them individually. And it's kind of the same thing that the overculture does with us all the time. Makes us look at things that are failures of the system and the world we live in as individual and personal failures. And don't get me wrong, there is an aspect to which you could make the hard choice. You could do the right thing anyway. But if we made it easier for people to survive, more people would do the right thing, because that is a calculus everybody is making right now, especially as the net closes in, especially as fascism tightens its grip on all of us, right? Everybody's making these little calculations like, who can I give up? What can I do? And all of us are making those decisions in some way. And I bet there's some way where, you have capitulated in ways you didn't need to. Conversations where you could have stuck up for somebody, where you didn't say anything, or you just laughed along with the joke. We got to stop doing that. We have to make the world that we want. It's not going to happen unless we actually all learn to fight and to stand on business at every dollar we spend, every day we spend, everything we do. We have to learn to fight and to stand on business at all times. We are running out of time.